So welcome folks, this will be your demo for the CAN project this year. You'll find on the Game Design Classroom your starting file and requirements. So the CAN project requirement files. Anmal, can you speak a little quieter? You'll see the CAN project file itself. So reminder, when you want to download this, you click on it, hit open in a new window, and then it will give you the option up here to download. And then also, in case you need it, I do have some notes about the text tool. It's not very difficult, which is why we're not really going over it in any kind of detail. But notes there if you want to look into more detailed info while you're working. So let's go over what it is that we are making. Using the provided model in UV Snapshot, create a diffuse, bump, and spec map for your CAN. Your CAN label should be a fictional product of your choice. So for today, we're just going to be worried about producing the color pass of our texture. So next week, we'll deal with turning this texture that we make today into a bump and spec map. So what you need to have contents-wise in your label: a fictional brand name, fictional slogan, fictional logo, nutritional facts, which you can just find from Google, product ingredient list. Please write your own product ingredients list. Do not use one if it's, say, attached to nutritional facts. And then product description. So as I said before, this is our example one, Nicolas Cage Presents Uncaged. This is what I made in my 5th period class. So we have logo, brand name, including this stuff. Here's a product description. We have nutritional facts, which this is from a can of Bang energy drink. Ingredients list, and then a product slogan. Mine is, of course, I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. So we are going to make another product for 7th period. So let me close that. And what I'm going to do is from my folder over here, I need to find P2, and I'm going to copy this. And please excuse that my desktop is a pigsty right now. I need to clear it out. All right. So let me name this before I get too ahead of myself. 7, what did I name this? What did I name the other one? 5 VGAD. Okay, so 7 VGAD. Cool. All right, so I have a project folder here that I gave you from downloading on Classroom, and so I just expanded it into a folder by double-clicking the zip file. In there are a few key things. Maya file, not necessary for this part of the project. We'll touch on that next week. There is also, however, from Maya, the CAN's UV snapshot. So this is the layout of the UVs on the CAN that's in that file. So I've already taken the liberty of exporting those UVs for you. Third thing you'll see is a provided set of aluminum for you to put on the top and bottom of your CAN in the UVs. So let us start by taking from the images folder in our project the CAN UV snapshot, and I'm going to drag that into Photoshop, and you'll see it opens up. Layer 1 is my only layer in here, and it's really difficult to see right now, so let me put a layer beneath it with some color, and you'll see that this outline is here. So this is just our guidelines for where we're putting our elements, more or less, the boundaries of the outsides of our UVs for right now. That's really what we're mostly worried about. So we want to keep this outline layer. It started as layer 1. Name this outline. And we're going to keep this at the top of our layer stack so that we can keep track of where the boundaries are on things. So for starters, let's get the aluminum handled. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my project. There is a CAN aluminum.targa in here. Go ahead and open that up. And then, so you'll see this. I'm going to go ahead and click and drag and move this over into my other document and let go. So now I have this aluminum, and again, you want to make sure this layer ends up beneath the outline. And then I'll just move it up here and do my best to line this up with the center of the actual UV shell. Now, one thing I will point out is that I goofed, and the picture I gave you is slightly smaller than the UV shells. So just make sure you scale it up slightly. And then again, make sure that that gets lined up with the middle. Okay, that's one. So then I can just go ahead and duplicate my layer. Hit OK, because I want to use another one of those right over here. And again, try and do your best to line up with the center. It's not the worst if you don't. All right, so the aluminum on the top and bottom of our can are handled. Now we're just dealing with the label that wraps around the can. I don't have any. I got rid of my soup. I usually have a soup in here that I can unwrap, but no soup. Okay, so let's look at the bottom part of our UV map. So you can see it basically goes from edge to edge of the document. There's one single seam on our UV map. So what I did is I projected the whole center part of the can, created a seam, and that allowed it to unfold horizontally. This is one of those times that I spoke about where choosing whether you unfold in U versus unfold in V first matters. You didn't have to do it for this one, but it's worth pointing out that when you unfold a can label, you want to unfold it horizontally first, right? Because it's wrapped around like this. You want it to unfold like this. So that means you would want to unfold U first on that shell. Because if you try and cut the label vertically and unfold it this way, it's just going to pull the verts that are on the top and bottom of that cut seam away from each other, and it's not going to do anything. Okay, back in business though. So aluminum is handled. We're making a label. Now I am going to quickly pause. We're doing League of Legends Honey Fruit is the theme. I'm very down with that. So let's get Scuttle eating honey fruit. Lol. I need him eating the fruit, or her eating the fruit. Is it nibbling on one there? I think it is. Okay, cool. We'll take this one. Copy image. Okay, great. Let's see. Is there any better ones in here? No. No, not really. Okay, cool. So I'll go ahead and paste this in here. And does it really have a red smudge on it? Hold on. Or did I? It does. Wow, it's so weird. Okay. Oh, Warwick's. So Warwick's blood trail is running across it. Okay. So I'm gonna just take this, line it up here. I'm gonna make this fit vertically like this. So I just free transformed it, scaled it up. So I got my scuttler here eating honey fruit. Hit OK. And then I'm basically just going to use my rectangle marquee tool, and I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to do this manually. So I have my scuttle guy here. I'll add a mask. I'm going to grab black, and I'm going to sort of mask out some of this. All right, so we'll do some of that. And then let me pick up, oh, whoops, I'm on the mask, so it's picking up white. Let me click back on my image, pick up some of this ocean color here, and I'm going to go ahead and fill my background with that color. So, oh, okay, let me blend this out on the mask too. Okay, make this a little smaller. Oh, I've white. Okay, black on the mask. Boom, we'll get rid of this red smudge. Thank you, Warwick. Okay, so we got the scuttle crab eating the honey fruit. Let me see, let me get honey fruit lol. Let's see, let me get a picture of the honey fruit. Yeah, honey fruit. Alright, paste my honey fruit. How do I want to do this? Okay, hold on. I got an idea. No. Radiant item TFT. So I'm looking for, there we go. Cool, I'll take that. Cool. All right, bear with me. I'm gonna just take a pen tool action here. 1, 2, I'm just doing straight lines, keep it easy. Boom, 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 boom. Shouts out to Mort Dog. Thanks for radiant items. Make selection, and I'll mask it, invert it, boom. Got a little border now. I'm gonna make this border go around my honey fruit. Boom. I got radiant honey fruit now. So now I'm just gonna move these to be like right here. And we will call this let's C9 crabbers. What gives like the old-timey here? Well, maybe a copper plate? Let's see. So color-wise, let me get one of these nice lime greens. Oh, that looks great. C9 crabbers. Got a picture of. All right, perfect. Oh, I love it because it's also got DFM in the. Hell yeah. All right, cool. Got my, put this right here, and I'll just leave this here. I'll just leave this here. It doesn't need to be perfect. Boom, C9 crabbers. Let me scale that down. It's a little too big. So honey fruit scuttle crab bait. There we go. Boom. So we got C9 crabbers, honey fruit, scuttle crab bait. This guy's the meme. I'm certain most of you won't get it, but I think it's funny. Okay, so that brings us to, that's a fictional brand name. That's handled. We got a fictional logo. That's handled also. Now we need to add a fictional slogan. Always gets you the scuttle, alive or dead. Always gets you the scuttle, alive or dead. Bingo. So, let's see. Let's make this smaller. Always gets, let me see. Always gets you the scuttle. Oh, hold on. You the scuttle, alive or dead. Maybe we'll make this a little bigger. Okay, cool. All right, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll bring this over here. And unless I want to put this over here. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put always gets you the scuttle alive or dead right here. And this is a little trick, folks, so it doesn't read well there, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take black, and I'm on a fresh layer, and I have a soft brush. And let me make this a little smaller, and so I'm going to just get some black on there, and that will allow me to then turn the layer opacity very much down. But you'll see how that helps me get it to pop off the background a little bit. So it separates it from the background. And then if you want, you can always duplicate the layer to make it a little darker. It's pretty nuts. So, alright. You know what, let me do one of these darker greens instead. Maybe that'll read better. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me get rid of this layer. Make a new one. Brush. Oh, that's gonna read so much better. Okay, so cool. Do some of that. Layer opacity. Yeah. Here, let me try one more thing, and then I'll move on. Either way. So cool. One more time. Let me try this blue. Oh, I think the blue is gonna be the best. I think the blue is the key. Boom. Opacity lowered. Yeah, the blue is the best. Okay, cool. So we'll put a little blue behind it. Always gets you the scuttle, alive or dead. C9 Crabber's honey fruit, scuttle crab bait. Okay, so next thing we need, if we look at this, we have a brand name, a slogan, a logo. Now we need to get some nutritional facts. I'm gonna go with orange marmalade. Nutritional facts. Boom. Great. Perfect. So copy this, and we'll paste it in here. And let me move it off to the side. Please make sure you try and fit your nutritional facts to the little box, and by that I mean don't leave like this excess white here. For example, I'm going to create a rectangular marquee. Delete. No need to mask this. You can just get rid of it. You know, this is a time to be destructive, so to speak. Delete this. Boom. Now I just got the little box with the nutritional facts. I'm going to put that, I think, over here against where the seam would be. So that gives me, boom, I got nutritional facts. Next thing that we need to add, ingredients and a description. So, do I have OJ left in this? Yeah, let's go. Sorry, my throat's getting scratchy from talking for 2 periods straight. So, product ingredients. Let's think up some goofy ingredients for this. So, let me start off with ingredients, colon. I'm also going to change this font to something more regular. I'm going to go with Helvetica, which is a pretty standard font. I'm going to make it regular, and I'm going to make the text, I don't know. I like this blue. I'm going to do this blue. I'm going to make it a little minty. I'm going to make it minty blue. Yeah, I think that reads better. Okay, great. So ingredients, I'm going to do a line break, and I'm realizing this is going to be center aligned, so I'm going to make it left aligned. Okay, great. Ingredients, I guess we start with imitation crab meat. Honey, assorted fruits. Let's see. What else? Golem extract. Wraith bones. What else am I missing? No, they still have the elder lizard. Do they? That's not the elder lizard? I don't know. I'll just put Herald hairs. Okay. Boom. So what I did is I created point text, which I'm going to talk about in a second. I actually goofed. I'm going to redo this. So the problem with point text, folks, since we're learning about it now, is that it doesn't automatically line break for you. So you see I wrote all those out and it's just hella long. So I'm going to get rid of this actually. I'm going to delete it. What I'm going to do is when I use my text tool, I'm going to, instead of creating point text, so I'm going to create a paragraph, or what a text box is the more common phrase of what you'd call it. So I'm going to create a text box by clicking and dragging space, and that way it'll know where I want to end the text, and it will automatically line break for me. So let me start again. Let me make my ingredients box here. Boom. Ingredients. Boom. Hit a line break just to make sure it automatically breaks for me. And then what did I have on here? Imitation crab meat, honey, fruits, assorted fruits, wraith bones, herald plates, 5 red sodas, white t-shirt. These are vintage memes. Tears of your mid laner. Jungle diff. Alright, cool. Make these a little smaller so they fit in my box. Make this left aligned. So we got ingredients. Boom, 5 red sodas, white t-shirt, tears of your mid laner, jungle diff. Okay, cool. That's enough ingredients for me. Okay, so we got ingredients. In fact, I'm going to adjust this text box actually now that I think about it. Get this to fit slightly inside of my nutritional facts. Tears of your mid laner. Let's see, maybe I can make this a little smaller and it'll fit better. Sure. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, so that's ingredients list. Here, I'm gonna make ingredients itself white. There we go. Ingredients, and then the other ones are in the colors. Okay, so that's ingredients. Last thing we're going to need to add is a product description. So how can we describe what we're doing here? I'll make another paragraph here. Let me make it like this. And so at C9, we value scuttle crab over any amount of prio or tempo by not dying for crab. Instead, we find the best, or we source, that sounds like something to be on a label. We source the best ingredients to create the absolute bait needed to burger flip your game at the earliest possible time in the game. Your mid laners will be crying with how good this bait is. Boom. Okay. I'm gonna change the color of this text to be one of these nice greens. Maybe this yellow. What's up with this yellow up here? It looks like baby poop. Oh, that one's good. I like that. That pops. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna choose something different than Helvetica, something a little more stylized. So feel free to look through your fonts, folks. There's plenty of great ones in there. A lot of basic ones that come with Photoshop are pretty good. So Just take some time to look through them. If you find you want a different font, I can help you try and sort that out. But let's see. I do like tall, dark, and handsome, but I don't think. What looks good? Herculaneum. Oh, this one looks good. I like this one, Kepha. I'm unfamiliar with this typeface, but it looks good. Okay, Teffa Bold. Let's do Teffa Bold. And then I'm going to make this a little bigger, not that big. And then I'm going to add a manual line break here, put a little space there, and I'm going to make this bigger and center it. And I'm going to align it closer to over where our nutritional facts are. All right, now that I'm thinking about this, maybe I'm going to leave Scuttle eating that over there, and I'm going to grab these. I'm going to grab this, and my text always gets you the crab. I'll move this. I don't need this anymore. Your mid-laners will be crying with how good this bait is. This is actually a good slogan. I'm going to get rid of this, actually. Then I get my picture of Blabber dying to crab. Where is it? It's this one? No, where is it? Where's Crabber? Crabber's here. Okay, I'm going to take my Crabber, and I'll move this right underneath my slogan. And then I just need to take this and move it up a little bit and over a little bit. All right, there we go. So we got logo, name, description, slogan, nutritional facts, ingredients. Let me work on this for just a second. I'm gonna bring C9 crabbers, honey fruits, scuttle crab. Make this a little smaller. All right, and then I'm gonna center these. I'm gonna move this up and move, my radiant frame. C9 crabbers, honey fruit, scuttle crab bait. Nice. Move Scuttle over a little bit. It's fine that it gets cut off here. It's not a big deal. Boom. Okay. All right. So we've done it. We've completed it. I'm going to turn off my outline before I save this. So I'm going to go ahead and do File, Save. It's going to ask me where I would like to save. In our case, what's up, Alex? The source images, because this is a file that we will be putting into Maya eventually. So can UV snapshot. Oh, dude, you're going to like this can. Can UV snapshot, hit save. C9 crabbers, honey fruit, scuttle crab bait. And then I got...
Oh my god, no.
My boy. So now we're going to save it out to put into Maya. And so this is going to be... You can just do a PNG. The professional way would be to do a Targa, but I actually can't see those on Google Classroom, so I am requesting PNGs now. So PNG, again, source images, and save. Now, I do want to stress right now, folks, I am going to show me as assigning this texture in Maya. We're not going to handle this part, or you're not going to be needing to handle this part until we're done with the project. I'm just doing it right now to show you what it would look like. So I have that image saved out as a PNG. I've saved my copy in Photoshop as well. And I'm going to go back into Maya, which is going to need to open up for a second, so just be patient. Oh, my mail got delivered. Okay, there we go. So, if you were to look at this in Maya, first thing you would need to do is make sure that you have your project set to the appropriate file. So I'm going to go to my my desktop where I have my 7 VGAD CAN project and set that. I'll then hit open. It's going to find my CAN start file in that project. Boom. Like I said, this is already UV'd, so all you need to do is assign the material to it. So I'm going to assign a blend. And then from my blend, I'm going to, if it doesn't come up for you, by the way, you can right click this and go to material attributes, and that will bring you to this again if it doesn't open it up in your attribute editor. This is our color channel, so I'm going to click the checker box and add a file. And then click this. We're going to add that PNG we just made, hit open, and then you just need to hit 6 to display your textures. And so there you have it. So as I said, folks, there is going to be a seam in your texture. That is A-okay. There would be a seam on a real can, right? So it's okay that you can see the seam. So I got my scuttle crab eating honey fruit, C9 crabbers, honey fruit scuttle crab bait, and then, so there it is. There's your can. And there's the aluminum texture and how it shows on both sides. So that is that, folks. That is part 1 of the CAN project. It's not the Maya stuff, but making this in Photoshop. Make sure everything stays separated in its own layers as well as much as possible, because you will need these for when you're making your bump map, because we're going to need to control it on a very granular level. Okay? So, thank you for watching.